Alright guys, let's continue exploring the labs. Before we get started, I refilled the canteen and stuff like that. So there's no more kerosene left. We only can burn 2 more things if we need to. But I remember we have this and I just have like 1 single bullet left over. And it's just like powerful bullets for the 357 Magnum revolver. They look fake, like little Nerf bullets. I want to see if you can reload this thingy. Oh, she can't do it traditionally. Can I do it like this? I wanted to see if maybe I could just carry this around, like just in case, just for emergencies. Well, never mind. I mean, maybe that's for the best. I was willing to sacrifice a bullet to test that out. Let's get going. But we really need some more shotgun rounds. What do I got, like 4? I think I got 4. So even if we find some more, they usually come in like, you get like 6. So we'd have 10. I don't know. Just as this, there's that whole part of the game where you gotta like, basically clear out like a fuck ton of chimeras before you can start walking around with the highly volatile explosive shit. Part of a corpse lies on the operating table. What about this blood? A row of LCD monitors. Cool, late night motorcycle guy. Fucking prick. They must once have been used to display something. That's a good thing Barry's not here. He'd just be like on the floor like a dog, just lapping this shit up. I don't think this is Chris's blood. Doesn't taste like it. A monitor used to display images from an electron microscope. An information management server. It appears to be broken. Bloody file. V-Act. Researchers note. There's now evidence that when the host loses consciousness, the body goes into a dormant state. During this time, the virus becomes active and rapidly transforms and reconstructs the basic composition of the body. The host eventually mutated into a humanoid creature. We call them V-Acts. Its speed and amazing muscular development are particularly noteworthy. After transformation, it becomes more agile and aggressive. Already 4 of our researchers have died from trying to feed it, turning the place into an instant bloodbath. Ever since this tragic and barbaric accident that could have been avoided had we decided not to actually try and feed the fucking things, we have decided to call its kind Crimson Heads. That dangerous and precious prototype specimen can't be left there. We have to figure out a way to deal with it. Termination is definitely not an option. We finally decided to freeze the specimen and confine the body inside the basement of the backyard cemetery. Well, Trevor, at least they try to feed you for a fucking while. Man, that is such a creepy shot. A variety of chemicals you've never seen before. The cadavers are frozen, wrapped in body bags. It's a good thing these things aren't rabid weasels. Come on, Jill, the sparkly thing. Oh, fucking Jill. Will you take the battery pack? I feel like I should just start letting dudes grab me and just keep electrocuting the shit out of them until they die. Because maybe we don't have as much handguns as I thought. I combined all the ones we had, and this is all we got. Oh boy. Man, Jill's scenario just seems a lot harder than I remember. Okay. Oh, I know something I wanted to mention that I kept not mentioning. Or maybe I did and I just forgot. Whatever, there's going to be another Resident Evil movie. And yeah, I know the live action one, which is supposed to be the final and last one, and I have no idea what's going on with that because I just cannot bring myself to watch the live action movies. We'll leave that right there for now. But there's going to be a new like CG movie, and Chris is going to be in it, and I think Leon also, because he's in all of them. But also Rebecca, our beautiful little Rebecca, is going to be in the movie, and so it'd be really cool to see her and Chris teaming up again. I hope that happens. Levers for releasing the door locks. Now, if you can just release the locks on the levers. So that means by this time, if this is already locked, then Chris is already in there. He already got captured. Somehow, off screen. Want to try opening this door, Jill? It's locked. Sounded like she just kicked that fucking door open. Oh, it's a puzzle. Will you take the x-ray? Why wouldn't I take it? A memo on the message board catches your attention. There's something scrawled on the notepad. To use the electronic door, place the initials in alphabetical order. Well, I feel like that's fairly self-explanatory right there. Let's examine. A name is on it. Clark David. An X-ray photograph is posted on the wall. There's a name written on the top. Alex Betchett. An X-ray photograph. There's a name written at the top. Ed Fisher. Let's go ahead and grab that other one. A name is on it. Gail Holland. I don't know, Gail's kind of a nice name, huh? I've never met a girl named Gail in real life, or a guy for that matter, but I think of it as more of a woman's name. Researcher's letter. June 8th, 1998. My dearest Ada. You know, because I played Resident Evil 2 first before I played Resident Evil 1, this was really cool to actually see this letter. You know, with like, oh, yeah, Ada was looking for her boyfriend or something. Wow, he actually wrote a letter to her. But I guess if you played it the other way and you just so happen to remember this one particular file, when the character Ada showed up, I wonder if that was a big deal for people at the time. I feel like it's probably something that would have went unnoticed by most people anyway, even if they did play the games in order. Oh well. My dearest Ada, by the time you read this letter, I will no longer be the person you once knew. The results of my test came out today, and as I suspected, I'm pregnant. I have no idea how this happened. I didn't even know I had ovaries, but we perform some really freaky shit down here, my dearest Ada. I feel like I'm teetering on the edge of reason, just thinking about my impending child. I would give them anything to not burst forth out of my urethra. As far as I know, you are not pregnant. I sincerely hope things do not reach such a desperate pass, but if it is turned out that you are now the last person remaining alive, I want you to get the material from the visual data room. It's a room where we keep all of our visual data. Then activate the self-destruct system in the power room and escape from here. Please do everything in your power to make this whole accident public. If everything is still running normally, you should be able to release all the locks using the security system. I've set up the terminal in the small security room so that you can log into the system using my name and your name as the password. You will need another password to release the lock on the door of the basement level 2, where the visual data room is located. As a safety measure, I have coded that password into an X-ray picture. A Roentgenogram. I know you, and I'm sure you'll be able to work it out without any trouble, as well as anyone else who reads this letter and figures out that your password is just 3 simple letters. Not thinking ahead here. I tell you, all the scientists in this fucking umbrella corporation, dumb as fuck. There's just one more thing, and it's my last request. I hope you never have to lay eyes on me in this pregnant state. But if you do happen to run into me in my hideous form, I beg you to put me out of my misery. I hope you understand. Thank you, Ada. Yours truly, John. Also, don't have a on-again, off-again love affair with a cop and special Secret Service agent if you could, avoid that. John, Ada. There's some kind of switch. Press it. Part of it is glowing red. The colon, the esophagus, the liver, and the lungs. Although I guess you have this little note thingy up here to look at the organs. I mean, I never took anatomy or any sort of medical sort of sciences at all in school, but I feel like I would still know what all of those fucking things were. No. Do I have... Yeah, I guess we can pick this up. Now what could you be? There was a green herb inside. Oh, well, it actually looked like a little pouch. Like, oh, sweet, fucking oatmeal. Like, I think Quaker Oats had some oatmeal where, like, you'd put the oatmeal in, but it came with some sort of, like, gel, and then you'd squirt the gel, like, all over the oatmeal or whatever. I thought that shit was delicious. I don't know if anybody else ate that or whatever. I haven't looked, but I don't see it in the store anymore. I see, like, regular fucking oatmeal, but I don't see that put... whatever that... I don't know what it was called, but whatever that shit was. It was like a toaster strudel, but with oatmeal. Well, I could really go for some of that right now. As you may know, if you've been watching several of my playthroughs at this point, I think I got some sort of weird stomach issues, and I don't know what it is. I'm thinking it must be some kind of parasite, but I'm not really sure. I took antibiotics, and at first it didn't really do anything, but now it's been a couple of weeks afterwards, and I feel much better now. I still have problems. Like, I'll still eat something, and my stomach will still kind of hurt. But before, that would last all night. Or at the very least, it would last for hours. Now it lasts for maybe like half an hour. So I still have symptoms, but they're way less severe. So I think maybe the antibiotics was a good thing. I think it's just because I only took them for 10 days that maybe wasn't enough. I know some people might have to take them for like 8 weeks if you got something hardcore like H. pylori or something like that. So I feel like when I go back to the doctor, which will be, I don't know, well, I guess whenever I can get the money together just for that, um, I'm thinking I'm gonna tell him all this stuff, and I think he's gonna be like, okay, cool, let's put you back on the antibiotics and just we'll have you take them for longer. That'll be terrible because these taste like little fucking cyanide capsules. They're horrible, but yeah, I think it's done some good. Either way, I still can't really eat the kind of things I normally would, but because I've been feeling so good, I've decided to try and like test it out, like see what my body can handle. So I've been eating things that I know I shouldn't or whatever, just to see how bad it is, because I want to know, like, are my symptoms really less severe? Or is it that, like, yeah, I feel good, but that's because I'm eating such safe food. I'm only drinking water, eating white rice, plain chicken, you know. Let me try and have something like a chili cheese dog and see what it does to me. And it does make me feel kind of bad afterwards, but again, only for a little while. And I'm like back to normal. So if anything, my symptoms feel to me now as if maybe I just have like if maybe I'm just lactose intolerant or whatever. I don't know. So it's felt good to be able to just eat normal food for this past week. And I think I brought that up because I was going to mention something. What was I was talking about? Oatmeal? Well, whatever. I don't know how I started. I don't know how I started talking about oatmeal, and I don't know why I started to tell you about my medical problems. Weird. Basement door lock operation. Select the floor. This. Permission denied. Try enter password. The password is colon. Okay, good for us. Good old fucking ROPLS system. And I guess we're done here. What would that stand for? ROPLS. I can't think of anything. ROPL. Return of people licking shit. That's all I got. That was the first thing that popped into my head. Should I put this herb away? Nah. We'll just make do. Somehow. Is this still locked? A symbol resembling a power thingy. So we still can't do that. Where was I supposed to be going? I mean, I came through here. One of these was locked, right? This was locked. All right, buddy. Wow, you really died really right away. The sink is full of empty beakers and test tubes. Just this naked guy shooting up heroin in here. An X-ray photograph. The skeleton structure displayed isn't quite human. Will you take the slide filter? There seems to be something behind this sturdy door. Open it? Well, no, we don't need to. A security system passcode transmission device. If you had an MO disk, you could transmit the passcode to the system. Well, it just so happens I do have one of those. No, that was the middle one. Transmitting the passcode seems to have unlocked something. ... Facts. I remember this one being really hilarious because it's to the sanitation division. Attention, manager of sanitation from Raccoon Disaster Contingency Committee. They had a whole committee. I don't know how many members. I'm guessing fucking just 2 guys just bouncing ideas back and forth. Like, what if everyone turns into zombies? And then the other guy like, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Completely misunderstanding what the word contingency fucking means. The contents of this fax are confidential and intended for the name addressee only. But you just, what if someone else was in the room at the time? Like, how would anyone know that they're not supposed to look at the sanitation manager's fucking fax machine? Why does the sanitation guy, unless that's just like their code word, like he's the guy that just cleans up all the bodies, he's like the executioner and he kills all the whatever, the people who know too much or whatever. But that would be a little too gruesome if they're like execution division, and so they just have it sanitation division. Because if not, I'm thinking this guy's the fucking janitor. Any copying or disclosure of the contents of this fax to any third party is strictly forbidden by the sender. After reading the contents of this fax, it must be destroyed immediately. That didn't happen. He probably didn't even read this thing. He was probably already naked and weird by the time this fax showed up. We expect significant increase in the damage done by the recent T-virus outbreak than initially estimated. There are several concerns. First concern, more than half of the researchers are fucking naked. What the fuck were you guys doing before you got infected? Having orgies? And you've been infected by this T-virus, and you're all dead. It's been reported that almost all the survivors of this accident are starting to show symptoms of the T-virus infection. Second concern, our secret security patrol team has also been completely eradicated. This should be a big fucking alarm. Therefore, our most secret research is in danger of public disclosure. How? Your fucking super secret security patrol team got wiped out, but like there's gonna be like one reporter that just manages to get by? Quick actions are demanded to prevent mass media coverage. Well, I don't know. Depending on how this world works, if this universe has a Fox News, they'll probably spin it, and either it'll be minority's fault or something. It's like it's the Mexicans and the blacks and the Muslims are trying to make zombies out of white people or something, or it's the Democrats. Third concern, there's a high possibility that most of the specimens are running loose inside the compound. Yes, that is a high possibility. That your third concern is probably why you have a second concern, which stems from your first concern. We expect many casualties to follow. Right, because your secret security patrol team got wiped out and half the workers are dead. But you just want to toss this warning, just give a little heads up to the fucking janitor. However yet unfortunate, these casualties underscore the success of our research results. We wanted to make zombies, and, well, fuck, wouldn't you know it? We made zombies. Actions must be taken to prevent our research results from being made public. We suspect the first official intervention will come from the state police and STARS. We strongly recommend taking measures against them first. We need you single-handedly, or at the very least, organize some of your other maintenance and janitorial staff to take on a special tactics and rescue squad. So dumb. So dumb, these fucking researchers, man.